7 minutes ago, NASA's GO-16 satellite picked up something that physicists at NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center are calling the most dangerous solar eruption since January 2026. What you're about to see has not been widely reported. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why they're quietly notifying power grid operators while staying calm on camera. To understand what's really happening, you need to know one key background fact. The sun runs on an 11-year activity cycle. For the last several years, scientists believed solar cycle 25, the current cycle, would be average, mild, manageable. That assumption broke in May 2024, when a G5 storm, the most severe category possible, hit Earth for the first time in 20 years. Now, in May 2026, we are at the peak of solar cycle 25, and the sun has not calmed down. In fact, NOAA's solar flux index hit 143 SFU as of May 1st, 2026, the kind of number that puts space weather forecasters on edge. Here's what changed, and why it matters to every single person on this planet. The instruments watching the sun right now are better than they've ever been. NOAA's brand new SWFOL-1 observatory finished entering its final orbital position at Lagrange Point 1 on January 23, 2026. It sits 1 million miles from Earth, directly in the solar wind stream. That's our early warning system, and right now, it is alarmed. On January 18, 2026, the sun unleashed a powerful X-class solar flare, the most intense category of flare that exists. It hurled a coronal mass ejection, a wall of magnetized plasma, directly toward Earth at speeds up to 3 million miles per hour. Scientists expected a G2 or G3 geomagnetic storm, moderate, disruptive, but manageable. Instead, at 2:38 p.m. Eastern Time on January 19th, that CME struck, and NOAA's instruments confirmed G4 severe storm levels almost immediately. The gap between expected G2 and actual G4 isn't just 2 steps on a scale. It's an exponential difference in energy. It means the Earth's magnetosphere was compressed to roughly 6 to 7 Earth radii instead of its normal 10. Satellites in low Earth orbit experienced drag spikes. GPS accuracy degraded, and that was January. Now here's what they're not saying loudly enough. That January event, it came from a single active region. What NOAA is currently watching involves multiple CMEs, what scientists call a CME cannibal event, where a faster ejection catches a slower one, combining their magnetic energy before arriving at Earth. The April 2026 G2 watch was issued for exactly this reason. Combined influence from ongoing CHHSS and ACME. The new SWFOL-1 observatory at L1 will give us roughly 15 to 60 minutes of warning before impact. That sounds like a lot. It isn't. Power grid operators need hours to safely reconfigure transformers. They don't always get them. On May 3, 2026, NOAA's solar flux reading is holding at elevated levels with no spotless days in 2026 beyond a handful of brief lulls. The sun is awake. And the question isn't if another major storm hits, it's when, and whether the orientation of the CME's magnetic field points southward, which is the key that unlocks the most catastrophic energy transfer into our magnetosphere. This isn't just a scientific curiosity. If a G4 or G5 storm strikes with a southward-oriented magnetic field and impacts a densely networked power grid, large-scale transformer damage becomes possible. A 2024 report cited by Space.com described a worst-case solar storm as capable of knocking out satellites, GPS, and power grids simultaneously. Elizabeth McDonald, NASA heliophysics citizen science lead at Goddard Space Flight Center, said of the May 2024 G5 event, "The CMEs all arrived largely at once, and the conditions were just right to create a really historic storm. That was a near miss for critical infrastructure. The storm was strong, but the magnetic orientation spared the worst." What does this mean for you right now? 3 things. First, if another G3 or stronger storm hits in the next 72 hours, power fluctuations are possible in high-latitude regions, Scandinavia, Canada, northern US, northern Europe. Second, GPS precision will degrade, affecting aviation, shipping, and ride navigation apps. Third, and this is the one people actually want, auroras could be visible as far south as Illinois or Central Europe, just as they were during the March 2026 storm event. NOAA's SWPC already notified NASA, the FAA, FEMA, and the North American Electric Reliability Corporation before the January storm. Those calls are happening again now. We're tracking this story as it develops. The next update from NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center comes in under 6 hours. Their 3-day forecast refreshes at 0:30, 6:30, 12:30, and 18:30 UTC. Based on what we know right now, if the incoming CME's magnetic field flips southward on arrival, everything we just told you about G4 conditions gets worse, fast. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications.